So I think I have everything working now. So it turns out last time I was streaming, I didn't have everything properly set up. So while it looked like on my end I was running smoothly, I was not the whole time. So I fixed some things with my internet, um, adjusted some settings, hopefully read some stuff online. Didn't understand what half of it meant, and here we are. So I've doing a little bit of work here. So we're gonna be doing the same thing as last time. We're gonna be doing a SoulSilver Nuzlocke where trainers are still kept the same, items, moves, and everything are still kept the same. The only thing that's being randomized is Pokemon encounters, so wild Pokemon encounters, and they're gonna be similar strength Pokemon. No legendaries. Those are completely boxed out. So, meaning for like routes at the start, it's more like obviously stuff like Wurmples or Pidgeys and things like that. And as the game progresses, the stats will match what they usually would. So it adds a little bit of fun to the game, but also still keeps it challenging as a Nuzlocke. I'm going to be playing with hardcore rules still, so no using items in battle, set mode, can't over level for gyms. The reason we're doing a new file is not only last time did like nothing really work, so no one could really see what was happening. It also the file was like kind of messed up and a little corrupted, so I don't want to risk having anything get deleted. But I know that it's gonna seem like I lost my starter in the first gym last time, and I know it's gonna seem fishy that I'm deciding to restart after that happened. So what I've decided is that I'm also going to randomize the starter, but it has to still be a basic Pokemon with two-stage evolution. So, again, there's not a chance of like getting a legendary in there or a fully evolved Pokemon for the first few gyms. It should still be a basic Pokemon. So yeah, that's kind of what happened last time. Started it, found some nice Pokemon, lost the starter, and then kind of realized everything went bad, so... hopefully this one goes better. I think the last one was going fine. I also kind of glad that I'm redoing this one because last time I found a Swellow or Taillow that had guts and like the perfect nature, and I really think the game would have just been way too easy with that. Like having that nature with that ability, like it would have run through everything. Especially if I found Facade for it, then like the game really wouldn't have even been a challenge. So, kind of glad that I'm getting a redo at this. So I'm excited to see how things get mixed up with this one. And like I said, excited that it hopefully should be running well this time. So then I'll be able to actually like have people be able to know what's happening the whole time. And on top of that, I can save the VOD and have that just forever somewhere. But let me go ahead and... This is also what I spent like an hour doing, is this. Yeah, transitions. I'm learning stuff. Alright, so let me grab my controller here. I think I'm going to have to reconfigure the controller. Should check that beforehand. Technical difficulties. Alright, so we're actually going to go back to this here. We're going to reload in. This is a nice thing about this transitional screen I have now, though, is that I can set up things while I'm fixing my mistakes. Okay, so it looks like everything's saved for the controls, it just, the controller wasn't reading. So that's nice, I don't have to reset everything. Alright, here we go. Just want to show off the transition again. Oh, it was the same file. Man, I am a mess today. Alright, we're gonna open this back up. Try this one more time. So I think what happened was that it didn't save the new randomizer, which is fine. We'll have to go in and recreate one right now, but so yeah, there are a few reasons I decided I wanted to redo this. Losing my starter was crappy, but that's not really the reason I want to redo this, because I feel like I don't want to have that first kind of part of me describing everything and seeing the new Pokemon like completely taken out. Global 1-to-1 matching. And then I'll put in the fastest text and then also the randomized catch tutorial. I think fastest text might actually like mess things up sometimes, to be honest, from my experience playing these before. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to do it again for some reason. Okay, here we go. So that should now work. So now I can... Yay, alright. So this is going to be a completely new game now. There we go. So, I don't know what I want to do for the theme. If I want to keep it the same theme of doing wrestlers, or if I want to change things up. We'll keep it the same theme. I think, since we didn't really get a chance to complete it. So the thing is, the starters will actually be, I think, more interesting now, because usually with Nuzlocks, like, you don't even have an option of picking Chikorita if you're playing like with the regular starters, because the first gym is just so difficult with Chikorita, and it doesn't get any better. Which again is not any hate towards Chikorita or Meganium or any of them. It's just how these games are like made. Is that it doesn't have a lot of good options, doesn't have a lot of good moves. Grass is just weak to a lot of stuff naturally. So when you don't give it a secondary typing that makes it better, it makes the game harder. Like, I think Venusaur is really balanced because he also gets the poison typing, and the fact that when you get Venusaur, like the game he comes in, he's just useful in a lot more scenarios, whereas Meganium doesn't have a lot of use. Like, awful against the first gym, bad against the second gym. I think they're not helpful in the Steel gym, or the Dragon gym, or the Ice gym. Like, there's not any real reason to pick Meganium. So my hope is that with the randomized starters here, it'll be good, because then I can actually have a choice of 3 as opposed to a choice of 2. And honestly, it's a choice of 1. Like, I'm not going to ever choose Totodile or Chikorita over Cyndaquil. I can't bring it in me to do that. So, I got the Cyndaquil behind me. I'm really bad at this camera thing. I've got the Cyndaquil behind me. I've got the Typhlosion Tattoo. So, this will be nice that I can actually have options. Alright, Swinub, Torchic, Poliwag. Okay, so I do like Poliwag for water fighting. I think that's some good coverage. I like Swinub for the same reason, especially because you get Mamoswine in this game, I believe. So, yeah, you do. because this has to have 2 evolutions. So yeah, you guys get Mamoswine, and I really like Mamoswine a lot for the ground ice typing. But I feel like Torchic's just going to be way too good to pass up. Let me think here. Because you get... let me just have a quick refresher on the gyms. So you have Flying Gym, Bug Gym. It's going to be really good for gym number 3. And with no guarantees I get a fighting type, that's going to be really important for the Miltank. It'll be a good option for the 4th gym, because then I can do some shenanigans with switching around the ghost type moves. 6th gym it'll be awesome. 7th gym it'll be awesome. 8th gym it won't really be that good, but then I think against the Elite Four it also has some pretty good uses. Because the Elite Four, I'm trying to remember. It at least have some use, but it has a lot of use early on, which I feel like for this kind of Nuzlocke is really important. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Torchic. Alright. Alright, so since evolves into Blaziken, does a lot of kicking stuff, we'll name it Shawn Michaels. Or at least Shawn M. Alright, so already I think good start. Let's see nature, because last time one of the problems we ran into with the starter was that Cyndaquil just had a god-awful nature. Neutral nature's fine, honestly. Like, I'll take that as opposed to the, like, complete opposite nature I wanted last time. Okay, that's just a heal. I feel like that's one of the things that makes this game's early game a little bit easier. Even though I won't be using items in battle, I think just the option to have all those potions for when you're out in the grass and things like that makes it a lot nicer. I also just now remembered before I forget, let's go to options here and make sure we put that on set, and also we'll do this frame. Oh, didn't want to do that. There we go. See, now that I've played through the first gym, I remember a bit better how to do some of this stuff. I also, so in the first stream I misspoke because I talked about how I mistakenly let Mom spend my money whenever she wanted, so I have actually learned that you, okay, I don't know why I thought they gave you a potion. I actually learned that your mom will buy you some useful items, including a choice scarf, which, you know, no choice scarf doubles your speed and, like, locks you into move. So with that knowledge, we'll definitely letting Mom spend money. Alright, so this Nuzlocke rules are the same as last time. No matter what we run into here, it'll be whatever we run into first after we get Pokeballs that we have to catch. Wooper being here is actually really nice, though. Water Ground's one of my favorite typings. Taking away Water's weakness to Electric is awesome. It's also, anytime you have a ground type, it's great to switch out for electric moves, because getting a just free switch in is really nice. The only thing you have to watch out for is grass type Pokemon. Alright, he knows Water Gun right off the bat, which is unfortunate. But grass type Pokemon, I'm not sure how common they are in this game. And a lot of people with SoulSilver Nuzlocke will say that it ends at the red battle. We'll see if I want to do that or not, because the thing is that if I lose enough Pokemon to where, like, I'm super underleveled for red, then I either have to, like, you know, grind off screen, which doesn't sound fun, or I have to grind on stream, which also doesn't sound fun. So I have to get all the Pokemon leveled up to, like, 80s. Alright, Rattata. If it's Guts Rattata, that's really good. Also, just in general, Rattata for early game is really nice, because it gets stab on a lot of the early game moves you see. So, like, Quick Attack's doing 60 instead of 40, and if you get Hyper Fang early, which I believe you do in this game, then that's a massive move to have early. Like, that does a surprising amount of damage for how early in the game it is. So I also wouldn't be mad with running to Rattata. And right now I'm just trying to avoid grass as much as I can, just so I can actually get the ball rolling here. Oh, I gotta do this again. Alright. Alright. So, friend Robert was texting me. I refer to probably Robert a lot in streams, just because he's my friend who streams the most, so he has a lot of good advice on just setting things up. Like, I was able to get this set up because of him. Probably do a Soul Link with him one day. Which I want to do, but also kind of scares me, because depending on how many rules you put with Soul Links, like, I probably wouldn't do hardcore rules for it. Maybe I would, because it sounds fun, but I don't know, it just depends. Like, if we did a randomizer, probably wouldn't, because it just sounds awful. Alright, so we gotta head this way now to Pokemon's house. So I didn't even think about the fact that, because... Well, actually, I don't think it'll matter, because I didn't check the box for Rival Keep's starter, because I didn't even think about the fact that these starters are, randomized. So for the first fight, it'll matter, because I'll see either, Swinub or... I don't even remember who the other one was. Poliwag. So that's important. As far as, like, how to keep it, though, it won't matter after the first battle. So in this patch, I have a chance of catching a Azurill. I'm not a huge Azurill fan, because I have to... I think Friendship is what evolves into Meryl, but I do like Meryl. And also no Splash is one of its moves, which kind of sucks. But the good news is that it has Charm, which is a super nice move. Not just kind of for early game, but just in general. Lowering attack 2 stages, if it's used correctly, you know, is a big deal. So, that's a possibility. I wouldn't prefer that, but also it wouldn't be the end of the world if it was one. We're just gonna run for right now. I don't want to bother fighting him. So, as far as Nuzlocke history goes for me, I've watched a lot of them, both like randomized and non-randomized. I've attempted a few myself, with varying amounts of success. I've never done a hardcore one though, because I think that if you use items, then like, from my experience, like unless you get like surprised by a crit, or if you're playing a randomizer surprised by like a random legendary popping up, it doesn't really matter that much. If you have items, because like you can just heal everything and like rotate pretty well, especially get a Pokemon like Intimidate and stuff like that. So kind of the reason I want to play with hardcore rules is because it makes things a bit more challenging and a bit more fun. But also, I'm not going to play a randomizer with hardcore rules, because I'm not going to have the rule of like no like set only and all that, and have to deal with legendaries popping up. Which is not to say I wouldn't do a randomized one. I probably will in the future, because I enjoy them. I think they make things interesting. I'll probably turn off legendaries though, because legendaries make the game too easy. But if I did do a randomizer, I would adjust some of the rules. Like I would probably still do the no items in battle, but I would change the aspect of not being able to play on Switch mode, because it's just so hard to do. Like I've played randomizers where the Elite Four like has had 2 Groudons, like the same Elite Four member had 2 Groudons on their team, and it's like, how do you even play against that if you aren't playing like at least with Switch? Like to have that much time put into a run and it just end because they happen to have 2 Groudons is like awful. Which I guess is kind of the point of it, is that things like that can happen, but oh, this is the part where it gets mugged, that's right. I will say one thing I like about randomizers as opposed to regular is that in randomizers, grinding for levels is so much easier. The reason being that when you are in a randomizer, you'll a lot of times get legendary Pokemon and things like that in Wild, and they're worth just so much more XP. So, for example, Azrael is worth like nothing as far as XP goes, whereas if you fight like a Dialga early on, like yeah, it can be hard, but also like it can be pretty easy to just get levels with it. Yeah, so right now, I think there's one other encounter that I haven't ran into yet, if I'm remembering correctly, but I don't remember SoulSilver that well. So I think my options are Rattata, Wooper, Azrael, and one more, possibly. Which, it's kind of the issue now of, like, if I get Wooper, I definitely don't want Azrael, because I don't need 2 water types that badly. But again, I don't know what the 4th one is, so I guess I'd rather have, as much as I love Wooper and Quagsire, I'd rather have Rattata and Azrael for the early game than I would Wooper and Azrael, because I have to do the Bellsprout Tower, and while that is easy with my starter, I also don't want to have to only use my starter there. Oh, we get to name the rival again. I think we named him Eric last time, because Eric Bischoff. I don't know this time if we'll name him the same thing. Okay, yeah, so he just keeps the regular starter. Because his aren't randomized at all, so we kind of cheated, honestly, because now he's going to have a start that's a grass type. So that was a big brain strategy by me I didn't even think about. But I actually think it's a good thing that we didn't randomize what Pokemon he could have had, because it would have been really bad if, oh, he missed. It would have been really bad if we had corrupted this file, because the game's trying to give him the randomized starter while at the same time he used team the same. Yeah, this game is also... Alright, I'd rather crit happen now than later. This game is also the games before the day of, like, your starter gets a type, like, the same type of move that it is right away. Like, for example, in the games now, they either come with or, like, immediately get, like, a fire, water, grass type move. Back in these games, they had to get up to, like, higher. Not high, but, like, They weren't something you got right away. Which, again, it was one of those nostalgia purposes. You kind of are like, oh, it made the game like more interesting when you didn't start with a move of the same type. But now it's like, on nostalgia purposes, it's kind of like silly to think like that, because it's like, why would you not just give them that type of move right away? Alright, only one encounter, that's fine. We're gonna run because I don't want to get crit water gun and just have to make another file right away. Though I guess technically the Nuzlocke hasn't started because I haven't gotten Pokeballs, but still. Alright, let's go talk to Elm. I forgot I got blamed for the crime in this. I completely skipped past that last time. Yeah, they blame you right away. Alright, well, yeah, we'll name him Eric again. And then, kind of like how I name my Pokemon will do. I guess I probably should have made myself Vince M. Because I'm the only one that doesn't have this. I was kind of just putting BI for Bischoff, but you know what, Eric, bye. It's June. I'm an ally, so we'll run with that. So I don't know how true this is, but I think that if you play as the female character, you don't have this like little animation right here where like there's all this jumping as she explains. Like I think the male character just walks to the grass with you and like immediately starts it. I can't remember. I think a YouTuber a few years ago made a video about that was a speedrunner made a video about it. Alright, so this is where it officially begins. Yeah, I'd rather Rattata here because I haven't seen Wooper in the other area, so I don't know if he's available there. And I could look up routes, I guess, to see like how many options there are. Alright, Rattata's fine. So, okay, I forgot to heal completely, so this might actually be a disaster. The thing is, we want to use a regular Pokeball because since it's level 2, Scratch is very likely to kill. Okay, Tackle's doing no damage, so I actually don't have to worry about that killing me. But yeah, we run into the issue where Scratch is super likely to kill if I connect. Like even though I'm level 8, I'm fairly positive that just a high range kills there because of Scratch's damage, and a crit definitely kills. So we just throw a Pokeball just to be safe. Rattata. It's one of those things where I always try and like connect them to like wrestlers that make sense. Since it's a rat, I don't really want to do that. Alright, you can be Enzo. I think his name was Enzo More, wasn't it? Alright, there we go. So I'm gonna go back real quick and heal, actually, because I don't want to run into a Whooper and try to run away and get crit and everything tragic happen. The only thing that sucks is since it's level 2, it's one of those I have to do the fun switching out technique, but let's see here. High speed I actually will take. Runaway kind of sucks. Yeah, it just sucks. Like, if I'm in a very, very specific scenario of, like, I want to escape, you know, that makes it nice, but I would have preferred Guts. I'll take the, Nature, though. Having a high speed for Rattata is nice. And it's not something, like, worthless, like... Losing defense isn't nice, you know. Obviously you want to keep that, but losing defense for speed is so much better than, like, losing defense for, like, special attack. Which is exactly what we had happen last time with my Typhlosion, is that we lost speed, which is super important for Typhlosion, for attack, which he is not an attacker. So see, that's how much damage I did to a level 2 Rattata right now. I don't know if that was a low roll or a high roll or what, but you can see right there exactly why I didn't want to risk anything. And I'll probably do exactly what I did last time I was playing, where I'm just going to go buy a bunch of Pokeballs right away. We're just going to run from Whoopers, because so far that's been a solid spot to train, because Whoopers are super effective against us, and I don't want to just slowly slaughter level 2 Rattatas. Alright, so let's go buy some more Pokeballs. We'll find our encounter for the next route, and then we'll kind of try and train up our Rattata. Oh, didn't want to buy from them a bit. Our Rattata and our starter as well. So again, unless it's... Even if it's level 3, I don't like using Scratch. I like just trying to throw a Pokeball because... Alright, so we're going to get an Azrael here, which I don't know if we could have got anything else. But yeah, I don't want to use Scratch here because it's the same thing where I worry. If it uses Charm, I'll use Scratch. Because then I won't have to... Well, then I can crit, actually, so maybe I won't. It's level 3 Azrael, though, so it shouldn't be hard to catch. Yeah, so... That's just one of those early game, like, Nuzlocke things to keep in mind, especially when you're playing with a randomizer where, like, you don't know what your important encounters are and not. You can be Bailey. I like Bailey. I think she's a fun wrestler, so you can be Bailey. And she doesn't have a last name to my knowledge, so... Well, I'm sure she does, but the wrestling persona Bailey doesn't have a last name to my knowledge. Alright. Okay, so this is one of those things. I would prefer to have the speed and special defense swapped, because Azumarill's a tank, especially with huge power. Huge power is just an amazing ability, you know. So even if it's on Azrael, because it eventually will evolve, that can still be useful. With this nature, it makes it less useful because now I have to worry about it being not as tanky as usual. But it's fine. I mean, huge power is still a nice ability, so I'm not going to complain about that. So yeah, so even level 4s, we're doing like half health with scratches and stuff, or close to half health. So crits really would have been one-shotting most everything we ran into. Just because Scratch, I think in this game is slightly stronger than Tackle. I think it's before they reworked starter moves. Yeah, Scratch is 40 power as opposed to Tackle's 35. Also, Tackle has 35 damage and 95 accuracy, where Scratch is 40 power and 100 accuracy. I've never understood that decision for these games. So we're just gonna try and train up Shawn Michaels a bit. We'll go to train. I already found that. We'll train Enzo. There's his name. We'll train Enzo up after that. I'm trying to refer to them as only their wrestling names, just because it makes me laugh. But I got into the habit of it last time, and of course we lost that save file. So now I'm just kind of sitting here trying to relearn names. And then I'm trying to, I think off last time, there's 3 more encounters we can have, possibly 4. I need to go check the ruins, before the first gym. Because we had a full team last time, and then we might have been able to have another one. So as of right now, kind of the same situation as last time, where we didn't have a good answer for the first gym, but I'm a lot more hopeful with the encounters. Because last time the encounters were not just, nothing was like super effective or resisted flying types. Last time half my team was weak to flying types, which was the biggest issue. Okay, so I also could have gotten Burmy, so I'm actually really happy about the encounter we got here, because Burmy's not good. It had a really fun concept with when it evolved. It had 3 forms that were different typings. I think it was like evolving in a forest, in a building, and then I want to say like in a mountain. Made it one of 3 different forms, which was fun. But other than that, I also think this Burmy only has Protect. So really glad we didn't get this, because bug types are just not that good. Like, they have their uses, especially early on, but I think Burmy doesn't even evolve to level 20 either. So alright, we'll switch out Enzo after this battle, and we'll start training him up. Because normal types are nice early on for their stab move damage. See that right there? Why does Tackle have less accuracy than Scratch? Enzo in. We're gonna have to do the fun swapping thing. I'll probably use speed up a bit later when we see our other encounters. Just because, again, I hate sitting there and just grinding, because it's just not that fun to do, and especially when people are like watching, I feel bad of just sitting there like doing nothing. And actually, I can keep Enzo in here to just fight this Zerul, because it only has Charm and Splash, so it can't actually damage me. Which is nice for the purposes of just getting experience. Alright, so it's fully loaded my attack stat, which kind of sucks, but we'll just give it one more tail whip and then we'll start tackling. .95 accuracy tackle. It made so much sense. Alright, that does no damage. Alright, we'll switch. I thought I would do a little bit more damage than that, but that was the lowest of the low. And that was worth 0 experience. So we're probably just going to skip on fighting those rules. They just aren't worth enough experience to, like, actually want to fight. So the Rattata at level 4 already has quick attack. I forgot to really get that. So yeah, that's again priority move that including stab to 60 is actually very nice to have for a Pokemon early on. Alright, so as I know from last time, Burmy only has Protect. So we'll see how much tackle does here. So Protect actually can protect 2 turns in a row. I have just yet to see it work for a Burmy. There it is. Alright, well, as soon as I say it. Alright, try to see Protect again. It fails. Yeah, if I gotten Burmy and Azurill as my first 2 encounters, this run would have been so doomed. Alright, on the bright side, it's a good chunk of solo experience. And quick attack makes it where I can actually fight things in here more efficiently. Alright, we'll see how much quick attack does here. Alright, it does a decent chunk. Alright, well, I'll use Charm. I was hoping it would use Splash instead of Charm. I think the Azurill line gives HP EVs. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, text from my fiance. Let me see here. But yeah, I think it gives HP EVs, which are always like nice. For Nuzlocke. But I'm also not sure. Because I know that Meryl and Azurill give HP EVs, so I don't know if it's like the entire evolutionary line does. I actually wonder if there's any evolutionary lines that change what EVs. Oh, that was a nice crit. Change what EVs they give when they evolve. I'm sure there are, because now I'm thinking about like Metapod, it's probably worth defense EVs, and then I love this Protect thing. And then Butterfree would probably be worth speed or something. Alright, so on the bright side, unlike last time, these encounters are way easier to fight solo, so I don't have to worry about splitting XP. And I also, like I said, I got lucky on the fact that like I don't actually have to like fight any of these encounters. Or I didn't have to catch any of these encounters, I should say. Like, yeah, I got Azurill, but I can let that sit in the back until I can actually like level it up and get some use out of it as far as moves and it evolving goes. But like Burmy, I don't know what I would have done with that. Like the most you could do is a free switch in and then also like protecting a turn if I needed to, just to like try and PP stall. But other than that, I can't imagine many uses for it outside of that. Alright, that crit mattered. They would have survived on 1 HP. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go fight these trainers in a sec here. I'm gonna stop just fighting Azurills. I just don't think it's worth the time. for the little XP. Alright, fled using Runaway there, because I would not have been able to escape that Azurill if I hadn't. Like, Rattatas and Burmese are actually worth so much more XP. Either one of those, just not an Azurill. Alright, thank you. I don't think that kills if it quick attack crits here. Okay, it doesn't matter because it's tail whipped again. But, and like with my nature, there's no way it's faster than me if it tries to quick attack first. Alright, I forgot I had a Rattata, so actually we... Similar strength matchup here, but... Alright, that was not a crit. After the last wild encounter I just had, I am shocked that did that much damage. I must have low rolled and it had high defense CVs or something. That was way more damage than I was expecting. But that's kind of the, displays the power of early game normal types. Is that they just can do so much damage like that. Okay. Well, we don't get to lead, but I appreciate the excitement. I will say, one Pokemon I think, aside from my starter, obviously, I think I'm going to miss that we had from last time. I'm obviously going to miss the Tailo, because it was just so incredibly strong with its nature and ability that, like, the game would have been easy. So a part of me misses it, a part of me is kind of, again, glad it's gone. But I don't know, I think I'm going to miss the Natsu we had. I don't know what it was, but I think it was Natsu's giant eyes that Sprite had when it was walking with you, but I really enjoyed it. Alright, so Enzo's getting some good levels here. So anytime I can, I try and just talk to the trainers so I don't have the entire, like, animation of their exclamation point appearing. I'm not a huge fan of, like, waiting that long, which, it sounds like such a little thing, but I don't know, for me it, like, early in the game I don't mind as much, but, like, you get later in the game with, like, especially, like, Team Rocket-based stuff, then, like, it starts to really drag on. So it's nice just to be able to, like, kind of go straight up to him and talk to him. So I don't know if it's not a thing in SoulSilver, but yeah, for some reason I don't hear a ding when I level up. I don't know why that is, but I just kind of going with it. Alright, so yeah, this is where last time I accidentally hit save money and I was complaining about it like a stupid little boy. And then I learned afterwards that it was actually, like, really good for her to save money. So alright, so since this is a repeat, this isn't our encounter for this route. We're just going to pass by. Might need to save and quit here. I think the same thing that happened last time is happening again. Yep, okay. So, we're just going to save and quit. This happens sometimes. I don't know if it's, like, just my cartridge, or if it's because it's randomized or what. But it's sometimes like when you come out of a battle, you and your Pokemon following you are like missing no-esque. So I just do this. And then like you go from missing no-esque to like everything's black, like the entire screen is. So we're just gonna save and reset because that kept working last time. Yep. Alright, I don't know why that happens. It's just sometimes it will and I have to reset. And it's annoying, but you know, we'll get through it. Alright, so we have still the encounter on this route, along with the encounter in the cave. And then we have the Bellsprout Tower encounter. And that's the only ones I can think of so far. And then possibly the Ruins. The Ruins last time was one that I completely forgot about. I meant to get an encounter there. That was one I completely forgot about, and I was mad about afterwards because we lost our star in the first gym. And then found the perfect counter afterwards. Okay, here we go. Alright, so Jigglypuff is fine. Totally fine. This is my sister's favorite Pokemon, so you know, that's something. Alright, well. Okay, no Sing. That's actually not awful. I won't want to have to rely on Sing. But it's, you know, a sleep move, and sleep's broken, so. Alright, I deserve that for immediately saying that. Do you only know Sing? Because that's gonna suck. Alright. Come on. Okay. So, I can't think of any wrestlers that this resembles, but since it's my sister's favorite, I'll name it after her favorite wrestler. Nope. There we go. I don't know if Mysterio will fit, but I hope it does. Okay, it won't, so we'll just do Ray Mist. I'll know what it means. Alright, please don't only know Sing. Alright. Low attack stat. The attack stat being low actually isn't the biggest deal, because I kind of want Wigglytuff to be bulky anyways. And Q-Charm actually does have a good use if I can actually, like, get it to work. So, I'm fine with that. I do need to get, like, an actually good Pokemon to use for the first gym in the next, like, 2 encounters. Because as I learned last time, Pidgeotto is actually a pretty bulky Pokemon. Alright, so this is the encounter for this route, unless it's one I've already ran into. Okay, so coverage-wise, Badoo is awesome. Like, as far as coverage goes for moves, like, now I have a water, a grass, and a fire. Love Badoo. As far as, the gym goes, this is awful. Alright, so let's pop to my head right away. We'll name him, since it's a male, this will be Adam Rose, who I don't know what happened to. I remember him wrestling in 2 matches ever. His whole thing was like a party theme. And his bunny mascot was more popular than him. That's all I remember about him. Hope he's doing well. So we'll heal up. We'll go train some of our Pokemon up, and then we'll go to Bellsprout Tower. I don't have to be as careful about it for the first gym, because the level cap's 13, and it's kind of hard to go over that for the first gym. But after looking ahead to the other gym and their level caps, it's definitely going to be something I'm going to have to keep in mind for the future. So I for sure get one more encounter at Bellsprout Tower. That's where last time I found the really awesome Tailo. I don't think we'll find anything as good. Like, I can't think of an early game encounter that, like, stats-wise would match what would be in Bellsprout Tower. That would be as good as having Guts Tailo. Like, that thing, it's so good. Just for, like, the typing you get is pretty good. Having Guts on any Pokemon is good, but then, like, having a fast Pokemon have it as well. Also, it was a Swallow with Guts that had a good nature, too. His nature was literally, like, high speed, low special attack, or high attack, low special attack. One of the two. I can't remember. That was 3 protects in a row. That doesn't happen often. So there's no way we're gonna find... Is that 4 in a row? Okay, if it had been 5 in a row, I was gonna look up the odds of that. I'm kind of curious about the odds of 4 in a row, to be honest. But yeah, if it's anything near what we got last time in Bellsprout Tower, I honestly would absolutely take it. I'll actually switch out here for... Alright, just want to make sure I'm on set mode still. Yeah, I actually think I've explained it. I've talked about Guts like 8 times today. So Guts is the ability that if you have a status condition, you do double damage. Or I don't know if it's double, but it's increased damage. Which is just super good, especially because you can like poison yourself before a fight to get the increased damage. And then if you pair it with the move Facade, which you do increase damage if you have a status condition, then you're doing, like, insane amounts of damage. Like, you're one-shotting so many things for, like, a good portion of the game. So when you have Guts on, like, a fast Pokemon that you're not worried about going second and taking damage and possibly dying to said status condition, it just makes Guts even better. And especially, like, Tailo can learn Facade. So it's a culmination of things that, like, really makes Guts just one of the best abilities in the game. Alright, yeah, I was just kind of checking to see how much a level 4 would be worth experience-wise, and 18 XP is just... It's not worth it to sit there. Of course, I guess you could also argue that whatever Burmy's worth isn't worth it, because it just does that. I should have focused energy, honestly. Alright, so now that he failed protected, I guess I'll just focus energy. And I don't know what level Rattata will learn Hyper Fang, but that's a big early game power spike. Like, if it learns it at 13 or below 13, then, like, the first gym will actually be a breeze. Because Hyper Fang will do so much damage, and having a nature that makes us faster is going to be so good. So, yeah, I'm just running away from his rules because they just take too long to kill, especially because they know Charm. Alright, so this is Burmy, so now I know to open up with Focus Energy. Now, yeah, look at that strategy. I should know how much Focus Energy increases your chance to crit, but I just don't know off the top of my head. But Burmese have been worth a decent amount of XP, so that's pretty nice. Oh, I just now realized I haven't even checked the stats for Adam Rose. Yeah, poison point. High special defense with low speed. That's fine. I don't know Rose Raid. Actually, let me check Rose Raid's stats. Here, okay, so actually with a high speed, that kind of sucks, but it has a high special defense stat too, so with that nature, I can actually switch it in for some tanking with a special defense. And then evolving Budu is going to be fun because I have to do high friendship and I have to do shiny stone after that, so I think that's an interesting thing about Rosalia that I don't consider often, is that it got, because I think Budu and Roserade were both Gen 4 editions, if I remember correctly, so it's interesting that I got not just one but two. Like, they made it a full evolution line. Alright, and absorb. Alright, so it won't be used for the first gym or the second gym. But it'll have uses later on, I think. It might not have that many uses. I was talking over how Megadium's awful. It might not have that many uses. I've run into so many Burmies here that I honestly forgot that there were other Pokemon aside from Burmy and Azurill. So for Bellsprout Tower, I guess I'll use my starter just to get some levels, and it's the best thing to use against Bellsprout because of the resistance. But I'll definitely need to train my Pokemon before the first gym, because last time a mistake I made was I had 3, I think. No, I had 4 that were level 12, or 2 that were level 12, 2 that were level 13. I should have probably gotten all of them to, like, a decent point. And then on top of that, I had Pokemon that just didn't have any moves, like, viable moves that were at, like, level 2. So even if I don't get up to level 13, I still think I need to get Azurill and Jigglypuff to, like, a level where they actually have viable moves. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and do some speeding up here. Just because it's taking a bit of time, and... Alright, there was 4 protects in a row again. I don't see that often, but... Alright, there's level 9. I didn't want to open that. There's a level 9. I honestly think I'll do Rey Mysterio next because Cute Charm is actually going to be useful. So I can get up to a higher level where like they're bulkier. I can actually get some things done with Cute Charm and Sing because it makes it so hard to actually like do anything. And then whatever level Shawn Michaels gets. Alright, well crit works. Whatever level they get. A fire type move will be nice. And I think they'll be. I'm like positive that they don't get double kick until they actually evolve. Even though I'd love double kick right now. So I can just like tear through this whole area while grinding levels. Alright, there's Ember. So that'll help tremendously with just damage output in general. Especially because their special attack's actually higher right now than their attack, so. Actually, just switch those. There we go. So yeah, Rey Mysterio will probably get Pound next, which is fine. It's not the best move in the world, but it's at least a damaging move, so like I don't have to do switching out. And then after Pound, I don't know what moves Jigglypuff gets, like in what order, because it's not a fairy type yet in this gen. Alright, still no Pound, that's fine. So we're just gonna go ahead and grind levels here. Yeah, as soon as we get an actual damage move, we can actually try and keep in Rey Mysterio, at least for a few fights. You learned Defense Curl, didn't you? Alright, I was wrong. Defense Curl's its next move, then Pound. Alright, I actually want to go to the Pokemon Center. Let me see how Rey Mysterio is doing. Okay, never mind. So, whatever it's holding right now, it's important to him. So I'll let him keep it. Actually, that's so Rey Mysterio. His mask, you know, Luchador. Not supposed to take it off. So I'll pretend like that was his mask, and now I feel bad that I tried to rip it off. We're just gonna keep running with levels here. This I don't know why I switched there. Zermo is still just not worth the effort. If I knew a damaging move, I could put him in there, but I really need Jigglypuff to learn Pound so I can actually do something. Because I think it can actually be really useful with having Cute Charm. You know, if I really want to, I can also defense curl a few times and then sing Cute Charm and just sit there forever. I didn't mean to put him in there. So I think it have some use, and luckily, you know, it's got till level 13 to actually do something. At this point, I guess level 9 maybe it would learn Pound. I don't know. Despite it being my sister's favorite Pokemon, I've never used a Jigglypuff before. Because the only games I remember seeing him in, like, are Pearl and Fire Red, where I, like, encountered him in the wild, and I am not going to spend the time training a Jigglypuff. Alright, back to train. Oh, nope. So this time make sure I switch in Shawn Michaels so I don't get the poison point. Literally, the only thing I don't want to run into is Miserals, because they just aren't worth the time to take them down. Maybe at level 8 it would learn Pound too. I don't know. I don't know when it'll learn like an actually damaging move to have. But I guess we'll see. See, on instinct I'm trying to switch out for some reason there. Nope, still no damaging move. That's fine. Okay, wow, actually that's a high level Misrule. Well, worth 22 XP in total. So, you know, it was definitely worth what I just did there. So if I run to another Rattata, I'm actually, yep, perfect timing. I'm actually not going to switch out to Enzo, because I actually might be in crit range. For quick attack, and since I can't, and since I can't, like if I quick attack, I have to quick attack twice, I can't one shot, and losing him to just getting crit because I'm sitting there fast forward grinding would be very, very sad. Alright, come on, Ninja. Or not Enzo, you're Rey Mysterio. Come on, Rey, we're gonna get you a damaging move, I swear. It's the last thing I do. I don't know why I stopped sitting up there. Okay, Rattata. Okay, actually one shot there, that was nice. Might have been a high damage roll. Things like high damage rolls are just stuff that I'll never understand about Pokemon. Just throwing in random like rules that like they might explain in games, but I feel like in a lot of games they just never explain to you that kind of stuff. They're like, yeah, you actually your moves do like a range of damage between like 85% and 100%, and it's like, why would you never mention that? And they're like, ah, we don't know. Nope, still. So yeah, level 9 I'll learn Pound, I think. But yeah, there's a perfect example right there of I did over half its health the first time, and then I expect to do it again, and then I of course don't, because I do either I did a high damage roll in the first time, or I did a low damage roll the second time. Either way, it's just things like that that I'll never understand, or it's rules that you would think they would like, explain to you at some point, but they just never do. Alright, and we should get Enzo to level 10 here, actually. Alright, Bite's actually a great move for him. I'll go to Tail Whip. I think putting in Focus Energy is better. Yeah, because I think Bite's a physical move. I'm almost positive it is. I always you can double guess myself on stuff like that. Yeah, so at 60 base power with chance to flinch, and I should outspeed most everything. So it's actually a very nice move to have. One of these days, Rey Mysterio is going to have a damaging move. Oh man, Ben's playing Marvel Spider-Man Remastered. Wow, that's exciting. Good for him. So, back to my good friend Robert always gave me advice. Embarrassingly, I just learned that in 1 month follower mode, so he can't actually chat right now. So, whoops. I just made myself laugh at my own dumb jokes when I wrote my chat rules 8 months ago. I was here, Robert, with some sage wisdom. Alright, his sage wisdom is Googling, so I appreciate that. Okay, I'm gonna go back to speeding up here. I really just want to get Rey Mysterio to a point where, like, it actually is damaging moves, which at this point, like, feels like it won't be worth it, but I'm too stubborn to decide not to. Okay, I can't switch out and do a Enzo anymore because a crit might actually kill him. Come on, Rey, you're almost there. So much so that I will actually fight Azurals. There we go. There's Pound. It feels like I've won the game. Oh, sorry. Robert wasn't Googling. He was researching. Robert, I don't know, man. I don't know how you find information. I only Google things, and when I don't find the answer there, I just, like, start crying. So, I don't know how you handle it. Alright, there we go. Pound. And it is stab, so that's a 60 damage move right there. All that, like, 30 minutes of grinding for that pound, was worth it. Alright, so now I've wasted time doing that. We can go to Bellsprout Tower, where I can get another encounter. And I also just need to go to get Flash. So, let me do a quick save here. I just kind of save frequently, because the last few times I've played randomized Nuzlockes of any kind, like, they'll just sometimes randomly stop working. Like, there's this weird thing that if, like, trainers throwing out their Pokemon and then their Pokemon just, like, won't appear, and then, like, the ball will sit there spinning like an error wheel forever, and I have to reload in, so I kind of just save frequently as a kind of PTSD from that run. Okay, I want to catch the encounter here before we fight this guy, just because I want Rey Mysterio to be able to use Sing to get the encounter. The encounter that I'm sure exists. Alright, so... That's not awful. Alright, I don't care about charm. Wobbuffet will be nice for later in the game. Counter and Mirror Coat are fun moves, but... again, it's one of those right now kind of deals that doesn't help. Alright, thanks, why not? Alright, so one turn wake up isn't great. Okay, it knows splash, and then it knows charm. Is it the exact same moveset as Zerul? Alright. Here we go. And then after this, after I go through Bellsprout Tower, I think I'm going to try and go to the ruins if I can. I don't know if they're locked. Until after you beat the gym or not. But that's just another encounter I can grab. Alright, let me see here. I think Dakota Skye is the name of a current female wrestler. Oh, and I can fit all of it too, even better. I might just be making up a random person right now, I don't know. I have to look it up because it's gonna insult my knowledge of wrestling here if I get this wrong. Definitely not a wrestler. Definitely not a wrestler. Who am I thinking of? Because that is the opposite. Well, kind of a wrestler. Okay, Dakota Kai. So I was close. I was thinking about the incorrect kind of wrestling, but I was actually so close. So, you know what? I thought they were saying Dakota Skye on TV. That's why I thought that. Listen, okay, so listen, Robert, I appreciate your help. Go, okay, if you watch their matches, it sounds like Dakota Skye. I'm not... I honestly didn't even know until I looked it up and I was like, oh, that's super embarrassing. It's like one letter off, 2 letters. Alright, one second, let me try and fix something here. Trying to figure out how I can fix this. Listen, Robert. I'm gonna need you to pretend like you never heard anything. There's a reason, listen, there's a reason I keep the... Also, when I looked it up, because I thought it was a wrestler, all that I see is like... I see them, it's like, their profession, and then just dead at 27, and I'm like, well, this is not who I was thinking of. Yeah, apparently she's dead. So rest in peace, Dakota Skye. Wasn't thinking of you, or maybe I was. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out right now. It's kind of like the Discord thing from a few weeks ago with the new soundboard, where like I spent 30 minutes trying to figure out how to like delete them and I couldn't, and then you figured it out in like 5 seconds. This is what this feels like right now. I'm getting a call from Joey as well at the same time. Hi, Joey. Yep, doing well. Glad your Rattata's doing well. Really happy for you.
And it's reflected in the performance. You know, we gave our joking example a little bit of the purchasing of...
Gonna get this figured out. Oh, might have found it. Alright, there we go. I think I fixed it. Yeah, don't worry, Robert. I got it. I took me like an hour, but I got it. You know, it's all about learning. Alright, so there we go. So, got that fixed. So now people can actually chat. People were just silently watching me for no reason. That explains a lot. Thanks, Robert. I'm glad I could repay you with me mixing up wrestlers for other wrestlers. Alright, let me see here. Dakota Kai is a wrestler, by the way. Actually, Encore is a great move. For Nuzlocke, so I actually will take that. And then before we do this, I kind of want to go check the ruins, actually. All right, cool. So because it knows Charm, Wynuts are also not really worth fighting. Oh, it has Shadow Tag, too. That's its ability. Okay. Definitely not worth... Oh, I can't escape either. Oh, this is going to be awesome. This made this area 10 times worse, actually. Holy crap. We're going to speed through this because it's going to char me down to where I can't do any damage. Alright, there we go. Yeah, so this area is going to be really fun with Shadow Tag line that's everywhere. That only know, like, Charm. At least it doesn't know Destiny Bond. If they all knew Destiny Bond, then this area would be the worst to get out of. Alright, so I'm going to go to the runes next. Just so I can figure that out. Robert, how do I mod you? Listen, man. I'm old. I don't know how to do this shit. Now we get to play the super fun puzzle game. Woo! Didn't want to click that one. Alright, I'm gonna try this fancy thing you just sent me here, Robert. I don't think it worked. Or I did it wrong. Probably the second one. Oh, I forgot I can unknown report. So this is usually where you can catch unknowns. Robert, don't make fun of me, alright, man? Listen. Why would you put the quotes then if I'm not supposed to put... Also, so Robert, I've been working with Google Sheets all this last week. Essentially making a ticket system for my work using Google Sheets. So the quotations have mattered so much for that. So anytime I see something in quotations, like, I have to include the quotations. So, whoops. Alright, now let's get this figured out. Sorry. Old man me. There you go. Now we're getting it. Now we're cooking. Alright, so... Actually, like, not too a lot. Alright, missed 2 things in a row. So, actually, I was talking earlier about how I had a Natu last run. And I missed it because its eyes were, like, really big. Like in the overworld. So, I'm actually really happy with this encounter. As far as the gym goes, our encounters aren't super good. So, the trainers are all the same. So it's just the wild Pokemon that are different. No, Robert, it was super helpful. Thank you for all that. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing as some 50-year-old man inside a 23-year-old body. But anyways, the wild Pokemon are randomized to similar strengths. I don't know what I'm trying to catch again. The gym, like, leaders and trainers are all still the same. I might have to switch here to make sure Rey Mysterio doesn't die. So I get to like plan around gyms still as far as the Nuzlocke goes, which will be both fun and annoying because, for example, I don't have any like rock type here, which would be perfect for the first gym. So we'll have to figure out some different strats to use for this. Right now, I think if Enzo gets Hyper Fang before the first gym, that'd be super good. Yeah, so I'm also playing on hardcore rules, which means I can't use items, I'm playing on set, and I can't overlevel, which means I'm capped at level 13. Which makes the first gym kind of difficult, because the gym leader has a Pidgeotto, whereas I'm not going to have anything that's going to be able to match that. Alright, so Natu... I'm terrified now to name more female wrestlers to name this. I don't want to name someone from another profession. I guess it can be Rhonda. I always forget that she's a wrestler now. Alright, so Rhonda's probably going to replace, probably Adam Rose for this first gym, honestly, because he's just going to be absolute worthless. Yeah, Ronda Rousey's a wrestler now. She, started wrestling a few years back now. She, like, has always wanted to be a wrestler, apparently. So she, came in and started doing that. Crowds don't like her because... Yeah, crowds don't really like her because she was, like, not personality-wise fit for it at first. I think she's gotten a lot better now, though. And she only had, like, 2 moves she used, which was, like, toss woman across ring, she's just way stronger, and then armbar. But she's gotten better now. But I also never, like, disliked her either. But wrestling fans, like, are really, like, sacred about wrestling for some reason. Like, they sometimes get, like, really defensive about who can and can't. So, like, if you come from, like, a different background, like, people are gonna, like, not be fans. Like, for example, Logan Paul's been in a few wrestling matches now. And by all accounts, like, I was not a fan when I first heard of it, and I think he's not that good personality-wise, but I will say, every match he's had has been super exciting so far. Like, he has put on, like, some solid matches. But, like, again, people, like, some people don't like him just because he's Logan Paul, and they're like, he doesn't belong in wrestling, and then he puts on, like, fantastic matches, and it's like, well, I mean... He kind of looks like he belongs, but... He also does draw on a large audience. Like, there's a lot of kids out there that are... Hey, oh yeah, garbage human being. Definitely agree with that, but... You know, all that matters for wrestling is... Oh, he's done a lot. For wrestling, from WWE's perspective, they're like, well... He draws in a lot of, like, 12-year-old kids to watch. And he's young. So... There was a clip of last WrestleMania, I think, where he... like, had KSI ringside wearing, like, a Prime energy drink, like, mascot outfit. And then, like, he got pulled onto the table... like KSI got put onto the table as Logan Paul went for the elbow drop, so he elbow dropped KSI through a, like, announce table, while he was wearing, like, a Prime energy drink, outfit. It was, at, like, some point, I'm, like, beginning to question what's real. I'm like, okay, I know wrestling's not real, but, like, watching that, like, clip, I was like, alright, there's never in a million years would I ever think, yep, I'm gonna watch Logan Paul elbow drop KSI wearing a Prime Energy Drink costume. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and take out Adam Rose for right now. So let me see here. So Rhonda has Synchronize, which I like, and Neutral Nature. Just having a Psychic type in general is nice. We're 2 now. I think depending on whether or not Enzo gets any more moves is gonna determine a lot for what we do for the gym here. Because if he gets Hyper Fang at level 13, which I don't think he does, but if he does, then that gym is super easy. If not, I might save him for the Pidgeotto and just have him bite and try and flinch hacks the entire battle. Oh, hey, Nico. As in the trainer, not our friend. So I'm pretty sure, off the top of my head, Jigglypuff, the Jigglypuff line has high defense, low special defense, and the Clefairy line might have switched, where they have high special defense, low defense. So Rey Mysterio actually might be really nice for this first gym because it's a lot of physical attackers. Anytime I see the word fog or foggers or anything like that, all I can think back to is the time at the lake where you and Davenport would not stop quoting I think it was Ludwig all weekend. She was actually driving me insane. I was losing my mind by the end of that. So, because... I'm going to switch it to Enzo here. Actually, wait, no, this would be a good place for Ron to get some training. So, because of the way that this randomizer works, is that it's world 1-to-1, not area, meaning that every Hoot is replaced with a Pokemon here. So, I actually do have to watch out for any place that might have a Bellsprout in the future would have Wynut. And the reason that's bad is because it learns Destiny Bond later on. And Shadow Tag with Destiny Bond is obviously god-awful. And can just insta-kill Pokemon. So I do have to be careful about that. But that's just something to keep in the back of my mind later on. Alright, so we're Nightshade. Nightshade was a move I was talking about last time, how Seismic Toss and Nightshade both have the same issue for me for non-competitive, where it's never going to be useful. Because in competitive, when you're all set to the same level at 50, it has uses for chip damage, especially with how much stats, lowering and raising, get involved in competitive. But in main, storyline, playing against NPCs, moves like Nightshade never have any use. Because all they are is moves that do damage based on your level. And there's never a point in the game where you'd be wanting to do however much, whatever your level is, instead of just doing a regular attack, for example, Peck. moves like Dragon Rage and Sonic Boom have a lot of use in the early game. But as far as like Nightshade and Seismic Toss, it's not super good. So hopefully hopefully Ronda gets a better move than Nightshade. I'm actually just gonna skip through or fast forward through Wynette fights just because they I have to do them, unfortunately, because Shadow Tag, and I don't want to sit here for hours fighting just Wynettes. So I think this guy also has a Hoot Hoot, if I remember correctly, so I'll have to switch out to deal with that. Or I might not, but I just have to remember that is in the back. Alright, so almost level 8 for my... not 2 for Ronda. So I remember one of these guys has Hoodoo, but I don't remember who. I know the last guy does, and I think maybe the second to last guy does. So Bellsprout Tower is also where I found the insanely OP Taylor last time, where I could just probably use it for the entire game, like, and not have to worry about any other encounters because it just would have swept everything. So I'm actually glad that it was a Wynette this time because it makes the game a bit more interesting. Not that I like for sure would have won last one, because last run the save file got corrupted, so unfortunately I had to restart. But I do think that it probably would have been easy to just like speed run through, so it'll be nice to try out a different tactic than just sticking Tail in the front and having it be poisoned to start the fight. I wonder how much it would be for me to get a giant, like, bronze statue Bellsprout in my house. And how mad Molly would be if I spent money on that. Alright, Robert, I'm just telling you. Great wedding gift idea. Giant bronze Bellsprout statue. Because if it's a wedding gift, Molly can't say anything. Alright, teleport. That's not a better move, necessarily. There's the Hoot Hoot. We'll just see how we do here. I don't think we'll need to switch, but it depends if it crits or not. Alright, yeah, we're fine. Oh, okay. Spoke too soon. The slightly better version of Sing. So this all goes back to what I was talking about earlier, which for some reason, like, this generation, and I don't remember what other generations, but tackle is 95 accuracy, which is fine. Oh my god, Joey, are you going to tell me about your red tat again? Yep. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'm going to delete your number. So yeah, tackle is 95 accuracy, and it's a starter's, like, basic move. But then Scratch is 100 accuracy and does more damage at 40. I don't know why Nintendo went with that. Because in later generations, they like buff tackle and like move its damage around and its accuracy around. And it has a different accuracy too in I think Fire Red. But yeah, I don't know why they decided 95 accuracy was the best course. Like, maybe it was to give a small nerf to, like, early encounters, because North-type Pokemon would do a lot of damage. I don't know. Alright, so... actually, I think I can stay in here. Because I don't think he's going to do that much damage. Hypnosis sucks, but... I spoke too soon. I didn't know he had Peck. I thought he had Tackle. Alright, we're going to switch to Enzo here. Alright, there's the flinch. So that might be the strategy we use for the Pidgeotto, is just putting in Enzo and just trying to flinch over and over again. Right. So 2 more levels for Enzo to hopefully learn Hyper Fang. And they're so nice and giving escape rope right here. Alright, so Wynots aren't worth any experience whatsoever, so I'm just going to go to the wild grass area to the right here to get some levels. Actually, the ruins might be a better spot because of the Natus are decent levels over there, so we might actually go there and do it. The only thing is they have actually damaging moves, so like I'd have to go back and forth to the Pokemon Center a bit, whereas I don't think that they do here, because we get like Burmy and Azrul and stuff like this. So yeah, my goal for today is to beat the first gym and maybe get a little bit further, just zero encounters. The second gym will like be a breeze. The bug type gym, so like I'm not really worried about it in general anyways. And then to top it off, we also like got a fire starter. Forgot about Poison Point. But yeah, we have a fire starter because the stars were randomized to be just 3 basic Pokemon with like 2 evolutions. So getting Torchic was actually pretty lucky there. Natus, Robert. Like the Oscar-winning song, Natu Natu. Speed up some more. So this generation introduced something that I was a big fan of, which is that poison no longer kills your Pokemon. It just drops them down to 1 HP and then gets rid of the poison. That was something that I always hated about the older games, is that they would have the annoying like aspect of having to either sprint back to Pokemon centers or carry antidotes on you all the time. So Burmy only has Protect, so we just sit here and spam the A button. Trying to get everyone to level 12 or 13 before the first gym. Okay, so this is actually... I'm gonna put him to sleep so he can't... Okay, he woke up right away. Okay, that's level... Yeah, so Robert, I guess you'll have to figure out we'll have to like schedule it and figure out what game you want to do for a Soul Link. It also depends how many rules you want to play with for the Soul Link. I don't know. I'd be fine with any of them. I would prefer probably anything past Gen 4, just to give us more options. But we need to figure out the rules too, because like obviously there's the basic Soul Link rules, but like apparently like people play with a rule like where you can only have one of a main typing on a team, which sounds insanely hard, but also like makes you have to like be a bit more creative for planning teams. But no, I'd be fine with doing like Platinum or doing SoulSilver. So what I mean is that, for example, if you have Swampert, Swampert's main typing is water. Like he's a water ground, but his main typing is water. So if I had a Swampert on my team, that would be the only like main water type allowed. Like I couldn't have another main water and you couldn't have another main water. But if you had a Pokemon that's like secondary typing was water, that'd be fine. It's just main typing can't be water. If that makes sense. Yeah, I love Black and White and Black and White too. I would definitely be fine for either one of those. I think Black and White is really interesting because you have to do the In and Geshes fight back to back. No, the run will probably be like balanced fine if we're just playing a Soul Link in general. Especially like if we randomize opponents' Pokemon, because like. So the last time I played a randomized Nuzlocke of Black and White, one of the Elite Four members had 2 Groudons on his team, and nearly wiped me just off that, because I'm like, oh, I have an answer for a Groudon. And I, like, defeated his Groudon and was like, okay, thank God, because, like, my counter's almost dead, so I couldn't beat his second Groudon. Then his second Groudon appeared, and I was like, alright, well, this sucks. So if you just have randomized, like, trainer Pokemon, you really don't need to add any other rules, because like it gets messy. I also would not hardcore that one, because that would just make things like obviously harder for me, but also like harder for you, because it'd be like I'd be losing so many more Pokemon that way. Man, it's surprising how much easier it is to grind levels with Shawn Michaels. So something about the first gym leader I should also mention is not only do they have a Pidgeotto, which sucks because again I'm restricted to a level cap because of my own rules. Their Pidgeotto knows Roost, which just sucks to have an early game Pokemon know Roost, because it's healing like half your health, and I can't use items, so I can't heal any. So it really is just a matter of me trying to like burn through Roost PP or get lucky with like a crit or something along the way. So yeah, the Pidgeotto is something I'm gonna have to plan around. That's why I was talking about just using like Bite to continuously flinch over and over again to try and take out Pidgeotto, because I don't know any other way I could really manage it. Aside from using like some crazy, insane Jigglypuff strat where I'm trying to get Cute Charm and Sing all at once. but Sing is just so inaccurate that I really don't want to use that. Like, if it comes down to it, I'd prefer to just avoid using Sing completely. Just gonna run away from Budoos because I don't want to have to do Poison Point. So we have 2 more levels for Enzo before he's at his cap. And this is where I have to hope that he learns Hyper Fang. Not that it's, like, vital. If he doesn't learn it, then it's totally fine. Okay, I need to turn off Hyperspeed before I do that. If he doesn't learn Hyper Fang, then it's fine. I can still get by this gym without it. Like, I really think that I actually can just get by with just cheesing Rey Mysterio with Sing. Because especially, like, Sing into Cute Charm, if I can get lucky with that, makes it so hard for them to actually land a hit. And then I can just defense curl up to where they're not doing any damage to me. Get to do this fun little dance with Burmy of just not wasting all my pound PP straight attacking it. Run from Budoos because I don't want Poison Point and have to go all the way back to the Pokemon Center. Not a problem. I appreciate you just tuning in and also helping me fix stuff. Alright, so Rey Mysterio is level 12. That's nice. Now we just got Rhonda. So after getting to 12, I'm going to go do the gym leader, like, trainers, just to make sure I don't accidentally have to, like, grind extra. And I did think about using rare candies, but I kind of wanted to avoid that just because, like, I feel like the temptation to use rare candies just not bogs it down, but does make me just want to consistently use them all the time instead of actually, like, grinding. And also, like, I can get EVs this way, which might end up being very important later on. Alright, 3 protects in a row, that's fine. Yeah, I watched Burmy get 4 protects in a row earlier, which I honestly didn't know was possible. I think it's like a super low odds, obviously, like not just 1 to 16, because it's... Alright, there is almost 4 in a row again. But yeah, it's not 1 to 16 because it's 1 to 16 on the 4th try, but like, for it to actually go 4 times in a row, like the math on that is just stupid. So I'm gonna try before I have to go back to the Pokemon Center getting Rhonda here. Oh, I forgot it's a normal type. Yeah, Robert, if you want to work out that equation. Actually need to be careful there. I forgot Rattatas have quick attack. Because I want to say it's like guaranteed to happen first turn, second turn's 50% chance. Then I think the third turn's a 1/8% chance. And like I said, I didn't know the 4th turn was even possible to achieve. So if I had to guess, it's probably 1/16th chance. I'm gonna go face the 2 gym leader trainers, and then I'll take on the gym after I make sure I get to level 13 with at least my starter and Enzo. what intense duel between these two. Yeah, I don't want to learn Lucky Chant. Okay, so, yeah, very unlikely to get 4 times in a row. So that means it is possible to get 5 times in a row then, right? It's not like it eventually... Okay, yeah, so not that insane of odds, but, like, uncommon enough to where you're not going to usually see it if you're regularly playing through. So yeah, the problem that like happens with this first gym is playing on set mode is that I can't just send in something to easily kill the Pidgey and then like switch into something else for the Pidgeotto. I kind of have to play my strategy around what's going to take care of the Pidgey followed by the Pidgeotto. So I'm thinking maybe I use my Rattata to try and take care of the Pidgey before it gets off any damage, and then switch into my Jigglypuff. But now that I think about it, I think his Pidgeotto's a male, and my Jigglypuff's also a male, so I might not actually get any use out of that. Alright, so we'll get at least 3 of them to level 13 here. Yeah, the odds definitely aren't impossible. It's just one of those things where like I've never seen it before because like Pokemon getting to a 4th turn of using Protect in a row is like so insanely rare in itself that you really don't usually see it. Alright, so there's my starter maxed out for this gym. So now we get Enzo maxed out. I need to stop fighting Azuruls. It's just not worth it. I also don't remember what level he... I want to say level 18 Rattata evolves. Yeah, using Protect 3 times in a row is something I've seen, just something that you like usually don't want to risk. Because again, like the AI usually won't use Protect that many times in a row, just in of itself. Especially because you can usually beat them before it can use Protect that many times in a row. But like from a competitive standpoint, protecting twice in a row is something you only want to do usually if like you're super desperate, or else like you're just wasting a move. Like Protect is such a good move for that like first turn, like guarantee, so you can scout out moves, so you can like try and like just see what your opponent might be thinking, so you can waste PP and also get like a turn of leftovers in. But the secondary Protect I have seen like pay off for people. But if I ever saw like 3 turns in a row of protecting competitive, I'm pretty sure the other person would just quit. Like, yeah, it's only 1/8 isn't like you said, super like impossible. But just like if it happened to you when like you so rarely would see it, then like Alright, Pursuit. Not Hyper Fang like I was hoping, but Pursuit's decent. It doesn't have much of a point in Nuzlocke because the AI, unless you're playing like ROM hacks, AI usually doesn't go for switches that often. So we'll see if Pursuit actually gets any use. Probably not though. Like I just can't see like when I would actually be using that. So I actually am using Nightshade on Burmy just so I don't waste Peck PP trying to hit it through Protect. Alright, so I'm still thinking in the back of my mind how I can handle this Pidgeotto. Because I do think my best chance is like a Jigglypuff switch in. Let me see if can I see if the Pidgeotto's a male? Doesn't tell me, but if I had to bet, I would bet that it's probably a male, just because I feel like a lot of trainer their genders are usually the male ones. The only one I can think of is Flannery's Torkoal is a female because it carries Attract on it. That's the only like one I can actually think of that's non-male. I'm sure there's more, I just can't. I don't know like the genders of gym leaders Pokemon off the top of my head. So once we get this initial grinding in this first area, I shouldn't have to do this for as long anywhere else, just because Pokemon give more XP later on. And I can also more easily one-shot stuff usually at that point, so I'm not having to sit here and two-shot Rattata. Alright, Disable's another, okay, I'm actually thinking that Ray Mysterio is going to be the ultimate counter to, Pidgeotto now. Because it has a lot of health. It's got a high defense because of its nature. Higher than usual, I should say. Low defense in general, though, actually kind of hurts. Trying to decide. I think I might start with Sean, just to do some chip damage, and I'll switch into Jigglypuff to try to get a Sing Off, and then maybe set up to some defense curls. And then as soon as I get the opportunity, I can hit Pidgeotto with Disable on its Roost. So let me go ahead and switch out here, actually. Because the Pidgey's the easy part. The Pidgey's gonna probably just land a tackle or two just to get some chip damage in, but the Pidgeotto with Roost is the part that sucks. So yeah, since it's only 7:20, after this gym, I'll keep playing for a bit, just to catch a few more. Alright, thanks, Shawn Michaels. Yeah, so not positive, but I think you can catch, in the regular game, I think you can catch Geodude in, like, the cave. Which makes this gym battle actually, like, doable. But, I don't know, the Pidgeotto, like, so early on, it just sucks so much. Alright, Sand Attack, nice. So, Focus Energy, so I can try and get high crit chance. He's just gonna keep throwing sand in my eyes. Which... Alright, so the Pidgey's gone without taking any damage, which is nice. Even with a crit, I think Shawn can survive an attack from Pidgeotto. Alright, that did 10, so even if crits... Okay, so... Crit actually kills here. Alright, I'm gonna put in right now. I would prefer to get down to Roost range so that I could get a free switch in here. Alright, well there's Roost, so if I can get the Sing off here. Oh, that's actually okay, so that's huge. So now I'm going to Defense Curl. Alright, so now he's locked into Gust, or not locked into Gust, he can't use Gust. Which I'm actually fine with. We'll see how much Pound does, I don't think it's going to do a lot. Alright, we're in crit range, I'm going to... Okay, yep, he went for Roost like I was hoping. Alright, missing. I'll hope this doesn't crit. Yep, there's the crit. As soon as you think about not critting, it does. Alright, so we're gonna have to go with the Enzo strat here. Bite. I got speed, which is good. It does so much damage. Yep, there's the Roost. This Pidgeotto is honestly so hard when you're playing with the random encounters. I need to get a flinch in here somewhere. Nope, not there. Alright, so he kills off this next hit. Hey Bailey, we're gonna go ahead and... So as back-to-back times I've done a back-to-back Nuzlockes where this gym leader has one-shot my, not one-shot, killed my Pokemon when they only could have killed him with a crit. And I've said, oh, don't crit here. We actually might be in trouble now because this Pidgeotto is just burning through Pokemon. Okay, Leer. Another crit. Okay, so I think it was for damage here instead of a roost because I'm in kill range. So we'll just have to sacrifice Dakota. Alright, we're not, but again, it's just gonna go for yeah, the kill move here. So another crit. So that's 3 crits now for the gym leader. Alright, so they're going for a roost soon. Yep, there's the roost. I probably should have grabbed there just to lower the attack, but with how many crits it's landed, it wouldn't even matter at this point. So I'm in Blaze proc now. I don't think he roosts because he sees a kill move. I think the move might be. I think the move is to put in Rhonda. Man, we're losing so many Pokemon to this guy. So I think because he sees a kill move, he's not going to roost. He's going to try and finish him off. So we're going to put in Rhonda. Yep, there's the kill move. And then we're going to put in Enzo because Enzo's faster. And I don't think... Let me just check his moves real quick. I don't think Pidgeotto has Quick Attack. If it does, it's going to Quick Attack. Okay, it has Quick Attack, actually. I take it back. So it's going to Quick Attack here. Meaning my only hope is that my Quick Attack actually kills. Nope, I didn't want to look what it did. Because it's going to use Quick Attack to try and kill here, I think. Okay. That was almost... almost insanely bad. Okay, kind of shocked I pulled that one back because I thought we were about to get a bad spot there. All right, so losing 4 is definitely not where I want to be. But I kept my starter, which is really important for later in the game. I still have a Pokemon in the PC I can take out, which is nice. I think... Oh, Professor Elm's calling. Okay, and I'll get the egg too, which is nice. Yeah, so a big part of that I didn't mention while I was fighting was that because his Pidgeotto was faster, it actually locked my Torchic into Blaze, which is why that Ember did a lot more damage on the second go around. And then from there I had to sacrifice Rhonda so that way I could actually like not lose my starter and get in my Rattata because it was the only one that was faster than Pidgeotto. So unfortunately we lost a lot, but I'm also not like that broken up. Like, why not could have been useful later on. I actually am sad about losing Rhonda because I feel like she could have had some use. So now we'll put in so yeah, that's fine. The next gym will be super easy because we have a fire type. So I gotta go back to see the professor. Let me go ahead and save real quick. So yeah, definitely not what I wanted to happen there for sure. Yeah, but got out of it, especially like when you don't have a counter to that gym, because again, it's an evolved Pokemon versus non-evolved Pokemon basically. And I didn't have a rock type to like, or an electric type to counter out the flying types, so. So now, not only do I have to evolve Adam Rose by friendship and level up, but I also have to do it by friendship in the daytime. Oh, which reminds me, actually, let me go ahead and see who can learn Flash. Alright. Adam Rose, using Flash so I can get to the next cave. That's nice. I have to be careful. Let me look real quick. I have to be careful about not over-leveling for the next gym. So max level is 17 for the next gym, which I should be fine for. Yeah, it's 17 for the next gym, and then 19 for the gym after that. So those gyms happen, like, back to back. But as long as I don't lose Sean, the next two gyms should be a breeze. Because I'll have fire typing for the bug gym, and then I'll have the fighting type for combustion for the normal gym. So I shouldn't need to worry about any Pokemon for the next two gyms. I just worry about the gyms after that if I can't get anything good. But luckily I'll get the egg from Professor Elm. So that'll be nice. Which usually has a Happiny, I think. No, not Happiny. It's usually a Togepi. Which I actually would have liked a Togepi, because I think Togekiss is an amazing Pokemon, but... Just gonna... Yeah, I could have had Wooper on this route. Still kind of sad about that, but I think I can get a Wooper somewhere else because it's the one-to-one mapping, so... Oh, it's his assistant? I should probably read. Well, gotta go back the way I came. Totally my bad. Should have read. I was just skipping through dialogue. Yeah, I don't know what Pokemon Wooper replaced in this, like, in the world. Like, it might have been, Fur, whatever his name is. It could have been Hoot Hoot. On the bright side, because of Wooper. Oh, okay, there's Wynots here, too. Ah, I hate Shadow Tag so much. Alright, let's just go ahead and growth here so I can just one-shot this. Encore is a great move to get into there. Let's hope we don't run into any more Wynots here. Oh, didn't mean to speed up and start walking there. Oh, there's Wynot. Okay, cool. Just gonna growth. I think Wynot might only have Splash when he's first hatched. I'm not sure though. But yeah, I hope I run into Wooper in one of the next routes actually, because that'd be a really nice Pokemon to have for just in general for having Quagsire, for having the ground water typing. Shocked I didn't run into any Pokemon there. I didn't realize this rule's special defense was so high. Ah, water sport. Such a useful move. I think the egg is still randomized too. Yeah, it should be. So I think that the egg won't take as long to hatch as it usually does, unless it's another, like, rare Pokemon. Alright, with this subplot. So, I mean, hopefully the egg's something good, because we lost a lot of Pokemon in that first gym. But I have hopes that'll be something at least decent. I'm trying to remember what I found at the cave. Jigglypuff's at the cave. Alright, so... Alright, here we go. So that was weird. Used flash and the cave didn't illuminate. Let's try that again. Do you only get to see it for a second? Is that how it works in this one? Or like, is the game just broken? Okay, I think the game's just broken. Oh, I could've gotten a Zigzagoon earlier. Alright, now I'm more mad about getting Jigglypuff instead. Zigzagoon's ability, I feel like, is actually really nice for Nuzlocke, because you're just getting random items along the way, and sometimes they're actually useful. I'm literally just bumping my head against the wall. Trying to figure out how to get out of here. We're just gonna speed through this. Alright, so let me see. Am I gonna look up like a walkthrough to get out of this place? Alright. Sweet Puff, go away. Yeah, I have no idea why Flash isn't working right now. Like, it worked for a second and then stopped, so... Don't know what's going on there, but I wish it would work so I could actually see what's going on. Yep, can't use that. So that's the gate over. Okay, that's how I exit back to the main entrance, so... Using the, like, 2 seconds I can see, we're gonna figure out how to get out of the cave. I feel like we're getting closer. Every step. Alright. Let's look up a guide for this. Alright, let me see. SoulSilver. Oh, is I just can't do anything in here right now? Oh man, that's... Alright, so turns out no reason for me to go that way right now. So glad I wasted so much time doing that. Bright side, I got the egg from assistant, and I got some levels on Adam Rose, so take that as a win. It's true, I did. I spent all that planning and then like strategizing during it just to then forget that you didn't need to go to that cave next. I'm getting a lot of steps for that egg though. It was actually part of my genius strategy. Yeah, I don't actually know how much I'll use Adam Rose. Because I like Roserade, but I also don't think it's going to give me that much use. Alright, new route, new encounter, here we go. Alright, that's a repeat, so it doesn't count. Thank goodness. Really hoping for Wooper, to be honest. If this place is only Jigglypuffs, I'm gonna lose my mind. Alright. We're gonna see 4 Jigglypuffs in a row. After they promised me, like, different Pokemon. Alright, that's interesting. Smeargle is a Pokemon. Alright, so Smeargle knowing Sketch actually makes this interesting. I'm trying not to one-shot with Absorb. He only knows Sketch, so that makes this even more interesting. And now it's poisoned. Alright, I need to wrap this up quickly. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so I don't know how much use this is actually going to get. Because, let me look at this here. Principal, I'm becoming confused, which is, you know, fine. Sketch is one of those moves that, like, it is a Pokemon. It might just be fodder, but Sketch is a move that's fun because, like, it copies any move, like, one time and then, you know, permanently adds it to its move set. The part I'm wondering about is, like, when I can actually use that to its fullest. Because the way I did this is that static Pokemon, so like legendaries and stuff like that, replace like legendary replace other legendaries. So the Lugia fight wouldn't be Lugia, it'd be like another random legendary. So the thought of keeping Smeargle for that long just to hopefully use Sketch for a decent move does seem silly. But also, like... Oh wait, I forgot that's not an item anymore. So from Violet City, am I going... I guess try going both ways. Not played this game in so long, I have no idea where to go next. Poison Point is a nice ability at least, so... It's not as good as Static or Flame Body, but it's still a decent ability to have on hand. So maybe Adam Rose will get some use for switching stuff. Actually, this break might hatch the egg before I get to the next place. With how much side questing I've been accidentally doing here. I'm gonna be done soon. I gotta go start making dinner, but I think today's been overall success. Not just in the game, but also figuring out how to fix my chat and stuff. Thanks, Robert, again for all that. But yeah, I'm a lot more confident in the next two gyms because I'm not like being held back by the level cap anymore, because I won't have to like worry about not evolving Pokemon, and they won't have like an evolution advantage over me, which is actually such a nice thing to like not have to worry about anymore. And also like typing wise, I just have much better matchups. So again, I think it'll depend on how like far. Sorry, I gotta go south. I think it'll depend on how far I get. Like how well I do, I should say, in the first half of the game. So beating like the Elite Four and the Champion to decide whether or not I do like the full Nuzlocke of also doing like the red stuff. Because like doing that fight is just like a lot of grinding, and if I like have lost a lot of Pokemon, I don't want to try and worry about that. Oh, okay. So this is another encounter for round 32. I hate life. On the bright side, it does have Wonder Guard. It's not a randomized abilities. I don't know if I can catch this though. Alright, well, I almost... So, I didn't even think about this. So, I explained earlier that the way that captures, or not captures, the way like Pokemon appearance works in this is that it's based on similar stat totals for replacing Pokemon. So, because Shedinja's HP is so low at 1, that means its stat total is also low, which is why it's being put in an area as an evolved Pokemon where it probably shouldn't be. I don't even know if I can catch it, because since it's evolved, it's going to be hard to catch. Why do you know Harden? That's such a useless move for you to know. Alright, that's twice. It's gotten 3. I really do need to catch this just so I can get some more encounters. And also, the Wonder Guard ability might make it a really good switch in, actually, if I can catch this. Oh, I'm gonna have to actually use Premier Balls. Oh, never mind. I didn't even think about Poison Point being a possibility. Alright, well, there's Shedinjas here, I now know. Stun Spore would have been a great move for you to have like 5 seconds ago. Checking this progress on the egg. Alright, the egg will hatch soon, which makes me think that this is not a rare Pokemon. This is actually something common. Which makes sense because Togepi's stat total is low. There is a possibility that this is Togepi, because since it's just replaced based off similar stat totals, I don't know if it's guaranteed to switch. Like, I don't know if there's like a guarantee of things being swapped. So like, I guess we'll find out when this egg hatches. Oh, I gotta go buy more Pokeballs because the Shedinja made me burn all of them just for it to get poisoned. On the bright side, I don't have to worry about buying much else because I can't use items in battle, so at least I can just burn through money on Pokeballs and not have to worry about it. Oh, that'd actually be helpful for my Badoo. I kind of want to hatch this egg and then call it a night as a nice little, like, way to finish things. Alright, we're definitely switching here. I'm not gonna... I actually wouldn't mind finding a Zubat somewhere. Flying Poison's a pretty decent typing, and Crobat's a really nice Pokemon. Nice. Oh, I didn't know that was even a trainer because she was staring at a wall. Yeah, I think the next gym's cap is 17, so looking at the first 3 gyms, honestly, a rock type for this game would have been so like broken because the first 2 gyms are weak to rock, the 3rd gym rock resist, I mean, the second gem has a Scyther as like their ace, who like just gets one shot by rock type moves, like 4 times weakness to rock types. So. Yeah, so I'm just gonna run back and forth here until I hatch that egg, just because I want to see what that is before I hop off. I'm gonna do a little bit of cheating here so I can just. You know, when it said it was close to hatching, I thought it meant close. Not another 3 miles away. Come on. Did I read it wrong? Did it not say close? No, it still hatch soon. If I take like 1 step and it just hatches, alright. There it is. Alright, let's see. Okay, so it's still Togepi. So I don't know if that was just like coincidence, but I will definitely take a Togepi. Naming an Undertaker because the Undertaker originally thought that his character was going to be a giant chicken that was hatched from an egg. Wow, fits perfectly. Yeah, I didn't know it was still Togepi, but that's fine. Togekiss is still really good. And I get Serene Grace, so I'm actually totally fine with how that turned out. Alright, but yeah, that was how everything went today with the new save file. I think that overall, things are going not as well as the other one because we just got some insane encounters on the first one, and we were just going to get carried by Swell the whole time. But overall, I think it went well. We managed to save our starter and get out of the gym when I really thought I was doomed, so that was pretty nice. We got a Togepi and a Badoo. I don't know what we're going to do with Smeargle, but we'll see. But yeah, I don't know when I'll be able to stream again. Hopefully sometime next week. Maybe this weekend, I don't know. But whenever I do, I'll be taking on the second gem, possibly the third next. But thanks for everyone tuning in today.